Hey, what up? It's your boy AP with another video. It's been a while. I haven't been able to upload videos. I've been very busy, but you know, today I'm gonna talk about something that's been on my mind for a couple of days. Um, uh, Last time, I got a chance to read a little bit from this magazine that I bought a while back. I haven't had too much time to read it. It's like about it's a National Geographic's magazine, I think, and it's just like about the locations of the Middle East or all the locations of the Bible. Um, because I was pretty decent in school at geography, but some of the places that I've always had trouble with was always the Middle East. The map just seemed a little bit complicated for me, the countries, and and they just seem kind of different. And the southeast of Asia, those just for some reason I always had trouble, just with those areas on the globe. But yeah, so I bought that magazine to have a better idea of like where things were going on, and yeah, that type of stuff. But I was reading a little bit, and something caught my interest. It was like a question, it was about uh, Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, and something came up over me, and I've thought about this a couple of times before I even read this, and I'm sure you guys and have thought about this a couple of times, have crossed our minds. I'm sure it's nothing new or anything. It's very a question that has probably been discussed by many, you know, I don't know, people who study uh, the Bible, people who interpret it, and when I'm gonna talk about, I mean no disrespect. I'm gonna clarify where I stand on at the end, and if you disagree with me or whatever, that's cool. I don't mean to offend anyone. Especially God. The heck. Uh, yeah. So the question, the thing that I was gonna discuss about on the video was sorry for me taking very long. You guys are probably like, get to it, but yeah, it's like you know when we're in the Garden of Eden and everything was perfect, we had a good health, everything, food grew by itself. Uh, we had Adam had a companion, Eve had a companion. Everything was beautiful. Everything was taken care of. All their dreams came true. Whatever, you know what I mean. But they didn't know about evil. They didn't know about. There's a lot of things that they didn't know about that even my dumbass knows. Uh, but they had everything. They had it all. But uh, you know, one might ask people, me, was that fair? Was that fair? Yeah, you have it all, but you're basically like a robot. I'm not saying a robot, but like you're trapped. Like you're not allowed to know beyond this point. You're just like God's like this is where you can go, and but I'm gonna give you everything. You don't have to worry about anything, but this is as far as you can go. And you know the enemy, the opposition, was like, nah, that's not fair. They should know everything. They should know between good and evil. They shouldn't be limited. Knowledge should be available to them as long as they seek it and to keep gaining more knowledge. Why are you keeping this away from them? They deserve to know. You know what I'm saying? You're just keeping them as like little kids, or they should be able to think for themselves. They should be able to grow and know things. And but with that cost, they did end up trying to seek knowledge. They did try to end up seeking, what's good and evil, and that ultimately, just came, with death. It came with aging and sin, and that's something that our first parents inherited to us. Um, so yeah, that's what I was thinking about last time. Like yeah, you have everything, but you only can stay as children. You can't. You're kept out of this section. But Satan was like, they deserve uh to know more. They deserve to grow, keep their knowledge, keep growing. You can't keep things away from them. Like, they deserve an opportunity or the chance or the ability to keep growing with knowledge. And even though that came with, the worst of the worst, that's what happened. So my question would be like to you, like, would you, obviously now everyone will be like, I don't care, I can stay as a kid. This is too tough. I'm not trying to go to work. I'm not trying to be under the sun. Yeah, it's easy now. It's easy now to say that it didn't work out, but you do kind of, think like, like, I don't know what, I don't know how to explain it very well. Like, did the opposition have like a interest for us? Like they should know more. Like, it's like telling like somebody like, yo, the truth. Like, hey, I'm gonna tell you the truth, even though it's gonna be ultimately just a disaster. But I'm gonna let you know. It's like, maybe like, I don't know if this is a good example, but like let's say a spouse is cheating on somebody. Let's say the husband is cheating on the wife. You know what? It's just the wife is cheating on the husband, and your the husband is your friend, and you're like, should I tell him? I already know what's gonna happen. He could go off. You don't know how a man might react when his wife is cheating. He could do something stupid, or just get a divorce, break up the family. The children are going to be affected, and it's just a whole bunch of problems, financial. Then they're going to start fighting over the houses, and it could lead into endless amounts of problems. But you're thinking like he deserves to know this, and even though it's going to ruin his life and nothing's ever going to be the same, and he probably end up saying you could forecast the future, he's gonna end up drinking himself to death and just losing everything, and you know what I'm saying. But you think about it, he deserves to know the truth. His wife is cheating on him with his best friend or his brother or the neighbor or just some random dude on the street. I don't know. It's an example. You do think about that. Like, should I tell him? Should we let them know? Should we give him the knowledge that or the knowings that this is happening, or should I just let it, say nothing even though I know it, and just they could live a family together, the kids grow up, they go to college, the wife, she just stops cheating or continues to cheat, but he just never finds out. It's kind of like that. That's what I kind of, when I read that little part of that magazine, it was just like a little part, and it made me think like, maybe the opposition, the enemy, was like, these humans, man and woman, deserve to know. They deserve to know about this and that, even though it's gonna come at a cost. I think that they deserve, instead of just being locked up in here as children, or just, and that's just something I was thinking about. I'm sure it's a concept that's been spoken about many times, people who've read the Bible, and ultimately I know that the opposition, the enemy, is absolutely wrong. I know that everything would have been the way that it should have been, the way God set it up to be. God is always right. He's the truth. His son is the truth. Um, I know what's that's wrong and this is right. That's what I believe. I believe that you know uh, the enemy has always wanted to destroy us, man and woman, envied us because God loved us. He was like, how can these little insignificant beings, how could God love these insignificant beings more than us powerful angels that have been here forever, for eternities? And got jealous, told a lie, and all of that just unraveled. So, yeah, that's just something I wonder what you guys think. Um, I don't know if that's ever crossed your guys' mind, but that's just something that I've thought about a couple of times, but I just never really dug into it too much or thought about it for too long. But yeah, I read that magazine a couple of days ago, and it's just been something that I kind of kept thinking about, maybe trying to share with you guys. But I want to know what you guys think. If you think the other way, that's fine. If you think the way that I think, that's fine. I was just trying to, just air out the things that I was thinking. Anyways, that's the video for the Bible magazine of the National Geographic's magazine that I read. And yeah, so that's about it. I'll see you guys with another video.